It's difficult to imagine a more peaceful place to spend your morning. Cows gather around a trough, excited for breakfast, as Ris Waldo and son Trenton pass out buckets of food. Family working together, cows grazing. These are sights you could see on any farm. But this East Texas dairy has one thing that you won't see anywhere else in the state.
Okay, Ris, I've got my hands ready to do some milking, so when
Are
we get
you ready?
started, yeah.
Sorry, Rosie's already taken your place.
Rosie?
Rosie the Robot has transformed our lives in dairy farming. It has catapulted us into a future of farming.
Say hello to Rosie, the hardest working milkmaid we've ever met. She's the first robot of her kind in Texas and has turned Waldo Way Dairy into a non-stop operation.
No one has to be here. The cows can come in 24/7. It's about when the cow needs to be milked. And so she comes in on her own when she wants to, anytime she wants to, and she can be milked. I can watch this cow being milked because of our technology. So technology has really given us a whole new business.
Rosie the Robot is just the first sign that Waldo Way is a different kind of dairy. Here, they bottle what's known as raw milk. It's unpasteurized, uncommon, and illegal to sell in many states. In Texas, you have to buy it at the farm where it's produced. And if that's at Ris's little country store, then that means it's going to be milk from a Guernsey cow.
So in my research, I came across the Guernseys. I fell in love with the nutritional value that is completely different than most other cows. It's the golden Guernsey milk that everyone adores because it's creamy and it's sweet.
For someone so utterly enthusiastic about milk, you would think that Ris has had a lifetime of dairy farming experience. But she didn't buy her first Guernsey cow until just a few years ago. And it was all because she needed that secret ingredient to recreate her late grandmother's famous cheese recipe.
I was one of 6 children, and I was the oldest girl. I became very, very close to my grandmother. She was my hero in my life. So I wanted to be just like her when I grew up. I learned so much from her, but I failed to ask her, okay, Granny, what is your secret? Why do people love your cheese so much? Unknowingly, I had the secret all those years in a book that she had given me. She left a Post-it note that's dated 1998 and says, someday I'll come knocking on your door and borrow this little book back. Love, G.
When that old family recipe called for raw milk, Ris didn't know what else to do but start milking cows herself. And ever since, she's been on a nonstop journey to discover natural foods. It's what her grandparents ate. It's how we all survived before food came from a factory. And it's why her customers drive past the corner store and come here to her little corner of paradise.
Thank you for coming to my butter making class. They're willing to make that sacrifice to drive out here and to get products that are whole and that are real. And they're seeking education. The art of real food has escaped us. Great job. We want the connection to where our food came from, but we don't have the knowledge to be able to transfer that to our tables. And that's what we're about. It's not a fad, it's a trend, and it's here to stay for a very long time, and I'm happy.
For Ris Waldo, happiness begins with what we put in our bodies. Real food made the right way.
That's amazing.
Makes all the difference in the world. That may not be the way everyone else does it, but that's the Waldo way. And it's why this unlikely dairy farmer is meant to be right here.
I remember my grandmother laying in a bed. She had broken her hip, and she was 94 years old. And I asked my grandmother, Granny, why is it that you always cared about others? And she said, baby, it's my life. So it's my destiny. This is my destiny. That's why I do it.